Have the children made the fog worse?
Absolutely not. There's not one bit of evidence.
Geiger counters don't lie, Avery. The fog's gotten more lethal year over year. And now the fog's covering the whole island. But only after the children came.
You know as well as I do that's happened before. Sure, people have theories the children are involved, but no one, and I mean no one, has proof.
Can we get back to business?
Sorry for all that. You're here for Kasumi, right? She headed inland to the Synth Refuge, Acadia. Getting there will be dangerous. You'll need a guide. Old Longfellow. No one knows the fog like him. But, word of warning, he's a bit of an acquired taste.
What's Old Longfellow's story?
He's the best hunter on the island. Fearless. Some say crazy. If someone needs to get to Acadia, he's the only one that'll do it. But people around here are known for being stubborn, willful.
There was a mod
and
like that for
less
Skyrim,
flattering
actually.
things.
And I had a mod
Longfellow's
that
got a
renamed all the
reputation even
settlers.
among us.
Huh. Well, I'll talk with the guy who made the the settler rename mod and see if we can do the same thing for enemies. Because otherwise you have to do it manually.
What can you tell me about Acadia?
Ask Longfellow. He's the only one that's been there.
Thanks for the info.
Best place to look for Longfellow's at the bar. The last plank. And, please, lend a hand around town if you're able. Even if it's slapped away. People like the Mariner and Cassie and others need help. And let me say something you might not hear again. Thank you.
Alright. Now, since I'm uploading this in its entirety to BoobTube, which means it's probably broken up into 15-minute segments, thank you, YouTube's copyright police, for messing with my channel. Anyway, so some of you may be new to my channel and how things work, so I'll do a quick little description here, and now we have a moment of quiet, and I'll explain what we'll be doing in just a moment. So, as you may notice, directly below me is a big gray box. As you may have noticed, text periodically shows up in that box. That text is the live chat from Twitch, where I am streaming this. And basically I put it there so when I respond to a comment in the chat, people can see it on the record on the video on demand afterwards. Of course, below that is basically a space holder, because originally I had this entire sidebar overlaid on top of the video, but that meant I cut off like a good, what, fifth of the video space? And even if it's semi-transparent or whatever, it's still covering up part of the video. So I moved it off to the side, but that meant that I had to scale down my video. But by scaling down the video, thank you, Hetero. So by scaling down the video, that meant that I have this big border on the top and the bottom. So I just threw stuff in there that I felt would be useful, like a mention of my Patreon, if you want to support me, the mods I create, the videos I do, the toys I create, such as, I have my custom 3D printed titanium morpher here, as an example. A bunch of other things that I do. I do all kinds of stuff. And of course, I'm a member of Yoshi's Army, which is a bunch of fans of Yoshi Sadarsko, a stunt actor turned Power Ranger. And there's a link to that. And that's about it. That's the way my layout is designed the way it is because I want people to have the full content here. Because theoretically, if someone were to, like, if I did something really cool, if the IGN saw it, they could crop out the sidebar and the top bar and they would have an uninterrupted video. Preferably they would, credit me, but the idea is that, yeah, it's an unobstructed view of the game, and then on the sidebar you have me giving my live reactions and, of course, the chat log at the bottom. And that just meant I had a whole bottom section that I had to do something with, so I put a mention on my Patreon. And if you are a Patreon, they'll actually be in the side, you'll actually see in that little black space, I give credit to my patrons there. So in every video it'd be like, this video is brought to you by these patrons, and that would be. But currently, I don't have any patrons. None at all. Alright, so now what we're going to be doing, since we are in Fahaba, we're actually going to be talking to everyone. I want to complete every side quest inside this opening area before we move on to Arcadia or any other area. I want to see what every quest there is to do in this opening area.
Mariner.
The hull took a battering, to be sure. But she wouldn't be standing at all if it weren't for you. They call me the Mariner. Shipwright, handyman. I'm the only one keeping the harbor afloat. Well, beside Captain Avery.
Why doesn't anyone help you?
Each harborman is the captain of his own ship. Worked fine for generations on the homesteads. Your land, your rules. But when the island pushed them onto my dock, one by one, the ungrateful bastards expect me to look after my land, even though they're squatting on it, like wretches.
If it's that bad, why put up with it?
I couldn't very well toss them back into the fog, could I? Bad luck, that. Surely their spirits would haunt me to my grave. And that's a fact.
Town's lucky you're here.
You blowing smoke up my sails. Huh. But there is... I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend a hand. In order to do proper repairs, I need tools. Specialized tools. And they won't be easy to come by. 450 caps if you can, though.
So, I'd be risking my life for only 450 caps?
I'm a bit short on caps. But I have old Jimmy's shotgun I can give you. Heavens no, he can't use it anymore.
You've kept the walls together this long. Why do you need special tools now?
I want to build the hull up proper. Make it strong.
It'd be kind of cool if it
Keep
actually
those
could get
blasted
built up.
crabs out.
Alright.
Sign me up. I'll help.
Eagles Cove Tannery. Tools are certain to be there. Now get.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand cannons.
Power tools. Neat.
Hi.
Mariner says the fog's alive. Can hear you. So mind what you say.
Bait shop's got everything you need.
I will tell that it's very well rendered then.
That's a nice little setup. Wouldn't mind one of these at the agency.
Don't steal their stuff.
Alan.
Huh. The mainlander. Great. Fire your gun a few times and you think you're some sort of hero? This is our fight. Our island. Not yours.
Thanks again, Hetro. I'm also on the Bethesda Net forums, where I am also, well, there I'm Nico LX.
Dude, don't you want a helping hand?
Hell no. Once you start leaning on people, soon you can't walk no good on your own. What happens next time when you ain't here, huh? Or the next? Either us harbormen survive on our own terms, or we take the long walk together. So if you're here to buy some ordnance, do your business. Otherwise, take the first boat out of here, before the children of Adam or worse get you.
What's your problem with the Children of Adam?
We should have gunned those bastards down the moment they set foot here. Instead, we let them in. All in secret from wherever they're holed up. They've been feeding the fog. Getting it stronger. Strong enough to push us all out of our homesteads. Further and further until it's a wonder we're not all drowned in the ocean.
Do you have any proof that they've fed the fog?
Proof? We wait for that and we might as well pull the trigger ourselves. Look, in my daddy's time, the fog was a nuisance. Something you avoided. Now every day it gets stronger. It's like the fires of hell out there. Because of the children.
Let's see what he's got.
I'll take a look.
Make it fast.
Admiral's Friend. How much will that cost me? Because I really don't have anything to sell him currently. Anything of note in here? Combat armor? No. Yeah, really looks like the only thing he's got that's really notable is that and that. The fish catcher, though. That's cost. But I'd have to get harpoons. And I just don't have the... I don't have... I mean, it's... Yeah, no. Well, there's a couple things you can find there, folks. Booth 2, Harbor Woman.
Hi.
Mainlanders don't last long on the island.
I got nothing interesting to say.
Hi.
You won't even say a random
The
comment to me.
fog's poison, on account of the children of battle.
Avery.
I hope the harbor's being good to you. At this point, I'd settle if folks were just plain civil.
Do you know of anyone could use some help?
It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you, if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
Just tell me the problem.
We get our drinking water from a purifier not far outside of town. We had a bad storm not long before you got here, and it must have damaged the fog condensers that protect the road to the purifier. I sent Howard Dunbar out to fix them. He was out there when the Mirelurks hit us, and I'm afraid they might have got him, too. I was hoping you might go have a look. If the worst happened, maybe you could get those fog condensers back online. If you're up to it, just head south out of town. It's paying work, of course. I wouldn't ask a stranger to stick their neck out on our behalf, unless I was willing to pay a fair share for it.
What exactly are these fog condensers? How do they work?
Well, I'm no engineer, but the way it was explained to me, each fog condenser pulls in the air around it and then condenses it into liquid. The point being, the fog doesn't get past them. They make a barrier that protects the town. No fog means that all the nasty things living in it stay in it. They don't venture out too often. The fog's their home, I guess. The fog condensers eat up a lot of power, but we've got a wind farm that takes care of that. As long as the turbines stay charged, we stay safe.
Am I gonna need any tools or parts if I have to make these repairs on my own?
The fog condensers need their power modules replaced, but Howard took the only spares we had. Either way, you're gonna have to find him first.
I'm not making any promises. I'm not a mechanic.
It's not a complicated repair, just installing some replacement components. Believe me, if Howard can do it, anyone can. All that I ask is that you hurry. I don't have to tell you how important our water supply is.
Help the Mariner, help Casey is the last one. It says, alright. Is it weird that I'm so used to being over-encumbered, but that when I'm not over-encumbered I want to toggle walk because I'm not used to moving this quickly? looking for things.